We Say What They Can't Radio.
2 girls and a guy.
Literally.
2 girls and a guy. Hey, this is Coco.
It's your boy Marley D.
And this is your girl Lisa K. And you're tuning in to 2 girls and a guy. And we're back. It's 2 girls and a guy.
Yeah.
Welcome, fam. Welcome.
Lisa grabbed the mic like she was about to sing.
We are back.
Yeah.
That's a lifestyle t-shirt?
It's a lifestyle t-shirt.
She's
It's
been on her
pretty nice.
lifestyle, but she's been on her lifestyle.
You went there and got that made?
Yeah. I got this
What
one and I got
material
the red one because I ain't know how to choose.
What kind of material is that?
It's velvet on top.
Mm.
It's velvet. You know, a little black-owned company.
And they cut it to that?
When you go in, they have like this showcase that you can choose all different types of patterns. Like you literally can make your own joint. So it was cool. I like the yellow because I had the little, leopard sneakers trying to,
Match it up, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dope. Shout out to them, man.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to the
brand.
black-owned companies like really doing it out here in Brooklyn.
They're in Vinny's, right?
Are they? I don't go in Vinny's.
I think lifestyles, you got to go to them.
Oh, you gotta go to them?
I think they don't put their stuff anywhere else. I think you just got to go to them.
Shout out to Lifestyle.
I like it. The studio, is it a studio? Like their warehouse.
Warehouse.
Yeah, their warehouse is very dope. When you step in, you feel like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Levels.
This is levels. And I had to get one for Zay too, because
And
It's
they
dope.
they got kids. So
Okay, shout out to Lifestyle.
mhm.
I guess this show is brought to you by Lifestyle.
Well, shit, send us some pieces. So it
Okay.
could actually be brought to you by
Wow.
A little
Lifestyle.
freebie,
Okay.
a little free promo right there off the love. So, how was your week?
Stressful.
Because Marley was late, so let's talk about
Stressful.
yours first. Late ass.
Well, this is the first time I took a bus here. I'm always taking an Uber, but the Uber was gonna get me here at 3:50, and I was like, oh no. I was standing right next to, I was like a 2-minute walk away from the 44
Right.
that was coming in the next minute. So, and it would get me here at 2:10,
Word.
but it didn't actually work out like that. The walk.
Yo, I feel like Uber prices have gone all the way up.
I feel like their whole everything is just changed. Like you do pool, you gotta walk to them now.
No,
They don't drop you to the crib. But you
can
change it and they adding
more
coins.
Because I just downloaded Uber because I would always do Lyft. But Uber prices was cheaper than Lyft.
Shit.
So I fake kind of like it. But
That's
because
you're a new subscriber.
Yeah, I'm a new
They
subscriber.
trying to
They're wheeling me in.
Yeah.
They're trying to
yeah.
wheel me in, but it's all right so far. But anyway,
It's gonna
so that's how
change.
your week was. How was your
No, my week sucked. It was just sucky. Arguing with my girl, just
Really? It's that time?
it was
You
just,
go through moments like that where
it's
it's
a lot.
like,
where we just need space from each other.
not space.
No, that's what it was. That's what it
Okay, so what? Like, you
was. I mean,
leave
it's hard
the
to get
house.
space
Yeah, yeah,
when you
yeah,
live in
yeah.
the same house, right?
Right.
Well, one sleep in the living room, one stay in the bedroom.
No,
mean,
I
that's how you
always
get sex.
say-
It's been like that.
Has it?
It has.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah,
No
it
love
does.
lost. Y'all
Right.
still
As long
there?
as y'all
No
still
relationship
together.
is perfect, though, right?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
I-
It's not. It's not.
Can
going
I
to
testify?
Be. Let's be clear here. It's not going to be perfect. It's the fact that you're going to communicate and get through it because you could have walked away, but you're
Yeah.
not. You're
Yeah.
choosing to fight. So
Absolutely.
that's a
Yeah.
great thing.
Absolutely. My week, you
Yes.
asked?
Yes. How was your week, Lisa?
My week was pretty dope. Like, you guys know I started a new gig.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm holding it down, managing a few 1 and 2s, and I had to reprimand an employee.
Boss?
And no, seriously, in my career, like that has been the most uncomfortable
I know
thing
what you
for
mean.
me to do.
Trust
So
me.
it's like a stretch. Like I'm challenging myself to make that okay.
Yeah.
Because if the tears start dropping,
From you?
no, from like
Oh,
an
from
employee.
them. You get
I'm ready to cry with them. I'm like,
Right.
it's gonna be all
No.
right. The babies is gonna be all right.
Right.
So I did that, and thank God, like she was like, "No, it's cool. I get it. I understand. Thank you."
But
And
you
I-
had to fire or write her up?
No. I
Like
had to.
threaten her?
She was being late. She was being
Oh,
late.
so if this
I was like,
continues, we're gonna have to
right.
the next move.
So I was like, all right.
Christmas is 2 weeks away. Get your shit together.
But it was cool. So on my boss thing, growth. I think
That's what's up.
doing things like that
How's
it
it
just
feel to
helped
be
me.
back?
I'm tired.
Have you adjusted?
No,
Yeah.
not yet. Like I brought my computer. Like after the show is done, I'm gonna
Work.
hang out with hubby, and I'm gonna be in a corner like
Yeah, you work done.
yeah, getting some work done. But Other than that, it's been really dope. Oh my God! So y'all missed it, but I repped for the home team.
Yes, we did.
But yesterday, you already know that We Say What They Can't in collaboration with the Don't4GetMe Foundation, teenage girls. They had their annual gift bag. And, you know, it's always a good time. And all the kids is out there. They had little black ballerinas performing.
Nice.
You know, it was really, really dope. So shout out. Excuse me.
Yes.
To the
Shout
home
out
team.
to the home team.
And Simone from Don't Forget Me, because it was like every year you feel so full. You're like, oh my God, I gave back. And the kids are very grateful and thankful. And our donation for the movie tickets for a family of 4 was well received.
That's good.
They
Nice.
say thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
So
Hopefully they
week
can
has
go
been
see a
full.
Christmas movie.
Yeah, hopefully.
Or something with the family.
One
That'd
more
be
thing.
dope.
I'm sorry. I have to shout out my BFF, Sheikah Babes. Her birthday.
Chica!
Yes. Her birthday was yesterday, and we've been turning up. So if you hear my voice sounding a little crazy,
Happy birthday, Sheikah.
it's because I've been screaming
Where was,
happy birthday.
Where was that? I seen y'all little party. Where was that at?
That was
I didn't even know that was happening.
Crystal Manor
Are you
on Farragut.
serious?
And
I
how was
heard it
that?
be lit on
It's
the
called,
low.
what was it called? It was called
Pump Nation.
Pump Nation, the winter
was lit?
edition. It was so lit.
Are you serious?
It was so
I've never
lit.
been to one of these pump parties.
You know when it's lit, like all the ladies, they be coming out with their red bottoms because you know
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
cute
Right,
in
right,
Brooklyn.
right.
By the end of the night, everybody had on them little roll up ballerina,
Shoes that you put in your purse.
and we jamming.
That's how you know it's lit.
And we jamming.
Everybody, you gotta put your dancing shoes on.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. That's
But
good.
it was dope. So that's been my weekend. I'm tired, but you know what?
Yeah, shout
Pop
out
the little
to her.
Advil, you know, and
Keep
got
it
my
going.
little, you know, energy drink, and we gotta keep it moving.
Coco, how was your week? I
My
know
week has been pretty cool. You guys, if you don't, well,
You've
I'm
been
gonna say
busy.
you guys, but if you don't know, Tea with Coco's doing good. I finally hit 2 million streams on my blog page.
Okay.
So I was really, really excited about that. Like, girl,
Big numbers. Why you dropping big numbers? Like, you know, little 2 million.
Because when I hit 1 million, I was like, okay. And then the next 8 hours, it hit the 2. It just showed me like consistency is really key.
Yes.
You gotta be
that's
consistent.
that's off the site. That's dope.
No, off of IG impressions.
Okay.
alone.
Okay.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
That's
So I was just like, you know, it just showed me that, likes are not everything. People are watching and just
Of course.
continuously keep on going. You know what I'm saying? So I was excited about that.
So if you need a little promotion, you might want to hit.
I got
Tea
somebody
with
who had
Coca.
hit me up and I was like, oh my God, how much do I charge? She was like, you do promos? I'm like,
Yes.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
$50.
Like,
Drop a
cash
little
at
50.
me.
Cash up that 50.
$15, $20.
No, cash
Yeah,
up that
for
50.
$24.
I was gonna say 20. Like, I'm
No,
doing this.
it's about
No, it
$50
gotta-
for 24
First of all,
hours.
it has to be levels.
Right.
So like $20 get you the stories for 24 hours. 50 get you the page. You know,
I say 50
like
to 100 get you page.
page for 24 hours because you
Yeah.
post it and bring it down.
Yeah.
$100, you
Uh-huh.
on there for life.
You might get a twerk. You might get a little twerk video, one cheek, 250.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Insta stories.
Please
But-
stop pimping my sister out. She is not twerking on the
I'm
gram.
not talking on nobody's gram
Okay,
either.
okay.
Nice. However, but I was excited about that. So it just showed me that consistency is everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Congratulations.
saying?
That's really dope.
Prioritize.
How's
Congrats.
that love life?
Marley,
Coco,
with it.
why
I'm about to blow you up.
I'm
I
just
gotta
asking.
tell
You
all
know.
her business.
You know.
Why do y'all want to do
you
that?
know,
There's
'cause
no
we wanna
love
know.
life.
We
There's
wanna
no
know.
love life.
Background. We have weekly check-ins.
Oh my God! This is you
And
see when your
last
tea with
time we-
Coco. You don't
last
expect
time-
your tea to be distributed by your own
Last time
people.
we checked in, because we just happy for you. We just want to see happiness. You see this
Okay.
glow right here? You see? This nigga must still be around. Look at this right here. Look at this. She can't even hold it in. I can see the smile protruding through the straight face right
Yes.
here.
Terrible.
So we had a check-in and
Yes.
we called.
And she couldn't talk.
There was mad background noise. I'm
Mad
like, Coco,
background
what's up?
noise.
She was like, oh, I'm kind of sort of on a date right
Kind of busy
now.
right now.
Like, what?
Kind of taking care of some business right now.
I
Y'all gonna have to hurry this shit up.
I was, but at the same time, I had to prioritize. I had to still talk to my team. I couldn't
Yes,
tell
it's
y'all.
true.
It's true.
That
Even
you
though
know
you
what I'm
rushed this
saying?
off the phone and got
Well,
back to your
I mean, it
damn
was
tape.
just like, okay, is this it? This is the main things, right?
It was
okay.
like-
Everything else going to group. All right,
All right.
gotcha. I love you.
Gone.
Gotta go.
So
Bye.
was it good?
It was cute.
Nice. Okay.
So far,
I
everything
love that.
is cute.
I love that.
That's
Little
what's up.
boss babe
That's what's
move
up.
on a date. Never hurt
Nothing wrong with that.
a bitch. Like what? Like, hold on, baby. I'm gonna be right back. Let me me just take care of this. This is
And
my
that's how I
team.
did it.
A little date the
That's how I
Wingstop.
did it, sis.
Yeah.
Like I was doing something, like not like I was doing something. Excuse me, I was doing something.
Yeah.
In case,
Yeah.
You know, like,
Excuse me, I gotta take care.
I gotta take care of something real quick. Business.
Be like, it's all right, babe.
All right.
Like, I really have to take care
Give
of
me
my business.
about
Be like,
Give me 5.
Hold on,
It was
did
cute.
y'all start your Christmas shopping yet? Am I like the
Oh,
only
please,
dreams
let's
nigga
not
with
do
15
that.
kids and don't know what to do? I just want to give
Listen.
mothers money and just don't shop.
all my kids getting money
Are you
in a
serious?
card. Yeah.
Zay too?
Zay's
Zay,
young.
no.
Hey, what do you
it's-
mean all my
Zay-
kids?
all my kids.
What's going on?
I got one that I pushed out.
Well, she
but I
said
have
all
another
my kids.
two.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
another two.
This is true. This is true. This is
Yeah.
true.
And they grown. They don't want no gifts. They
No.
want
Yeah,
money.
yeah,
They
yeah.
want to buy their own
I
stuff.
forgot.
But they
Hubby's
say you
because they're a little
gotta-
older. They could.
yeah.
If you get them cash, they can be like, yeah, they'll appreciate that much more than
Yeah.
gifts anyway, because
Facts.
they're at the age where they
Wanna
want to
buy
buy
their
what
own
they.
thing.
Yeah. But
And
Zay, you
Zay got a Christmas list, so he's gonna get actual
gifts. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a list though.
Yeah.
He's very creative. So I know his list got all
His
types of shit
list
on
is, he has like one expensive thing, and I mean like the
Really?
expensive thing is maybe like $60,
it. Are you serious?
and I'm like, that's it.
I love this
That's
game.
good.
I'm like, okay.
That's not bad.
He wants like a PlayStation Gold controller, like the gold one.
That's all he wants.
That's all he wants.
Are you
That's the main
serious?
Yeah, and of course he wants a V-Bucks because he's into Fortnite.
I was just telling
Right.
my homegirl, right? What you do is you could do it two ways. You could spend $100 or you could spend $50. I know $100 sounds like just for
Right,
game
right,
shit,
right.
but you do it this way. You get two $50 cards.
Mm-hmm.
You give him one of the $50 cards, and you say, "Hey, this has $50 worth of PlayStation points on it. You can use it as much as you want. But when that's done, you won't get the next one until such and such time. You
Yeah.
have two.
Yeah,
So you let
Isaiah
him use
has
them.
a spending limit, like a monthly spending limit.
That'll take away from your credit card though. Him coming to
Who
mommy.
you telling? I had
mommy-
to remove my card.
This is what I'm saying. I had to remove my card from my game too. Fortnite is an addiction. These kids will go on there, and your card is associated to your PlayStation or your gaming console. So they just go on there, type in skins, and they're just buying skins left and right. Skins could be $10, $15, $9. Skins could be from all
And
over the place.
for those of you who don't know, skins are like the costumes that your character.
It's the clothes.
Yeah,
When I
the-
say skins, it's the
yeah,
clothes that
it's
the
the
kids. You change the clothes. You can change their weapons. You can change their umbrellas.
No, I'm glad JJ's 18 and he has his own card to put with that account and not mine.
Yeah, but it is crazy. You know what? I'm not even gonna say it on air.
Well, then don't.
I'm not. There should be an equivalent game for girls like that.
Yeah,
Well,
I
we're
mean,
into.
We're not with like the shooting and all that, but where you can monetize just as because Fortnite makes so much money because they update the game weekly. So
Yeah.
every 2 weeks it'll be a new update. All right, new boards, new updates, new skins,
That's
and these
dope.
kids go crazy. It's smart because it keeps them.
Yeah.
It keeps that monetizing.
It's not boring.
No.
Because after you play a game and you beat all the levels, it becomes boring. Like, okay, what's next? You know.
And then these little kids they don't have any concept of spending money. They just say, oh, they got the new skins out. Oh my God, it's $10, mommy, please. And then it's just, but yeah, do the PlayStation gift cards.
Yeah, that's
as
what I'm
opposed
doing.
to,
My credit card.
yeah, your credit card.
That's it for the
Oh,
month.
don't even get caught buying that. Fortnite even has like a game where it's just like, they just sell the skins in a bundle package. I made my homegirl take that shit back to GameStop. I'm like, take that shit back and go buy a $50 card. That's a waste. He's gonna be able to buy those same skins and still have more money.
No.
Enough about Fortnite.
Yes, please. As y'all all know, your girl Coco is always bringing y'all the latest and what's going on.
A lot of tea.
So the first thing, what's tea would be, welcome home, Buju Banton.
Boom, bye, buying up.
You trying to get the?
Wait, why
Listen,
they all stop like?
I don't want no problems with them people.
Yes.
I love y'all.
You see how we
Wait, nah,
really
promote
in my mind.
them on feet.
In my mind,
Yeah,
I
man.
swear I feel like Buju got put in jail because of that song.
What?
Like, I
What?
really
You know what
No,
happened?
sis, he got
They
caught
was trying to get
purchase
him-
Coke. Sis, he
No,
got caught
No,
up.
Listen,
but I feel like
They were
wanted
trying to get him. They were trying to get him the LGBT
stand you.
community was trying to get him since he put that song out. That
Yeah.
song was very controversial. They don't like to play it in certain parts of Jamaica, certain parts of the islands.
Listen. I'm LGBT community. No shade, no tea. But Jamaica is one country that it's a lot of history there. So I'm not saying that the behavior is okay, but it is taught behavior.
It's not tolerated. It's not a tolerated
zero tolerance
behavior
in that country. You see how the same way
in a lot of the
that guy,
islands, it's not tolerated.
yeah, but you see the same way where that guy went to that part in Indonesia. Remember the tour guy who was into Christianity. He went to
trying to tell niggas about Christ,
teach the people about
and
Christ.
they chopped his ass up.
Mind you, but that part of India is off limits. You understand? No tourists, like, they have no contact with the outside world whatsoever. One time when the Europeans tried to go there to tell them about, no, they shut it down from back then. Yeah. So the point of the matter is, what I'm trying to say, when it comes to Jamaica, not saying that it is okay, but you guys know, like, they're strong.
Yeah.
In that field
mentally.
It's a law. Like sodomy is against
like, they
the
don't
law.
No,
against the law.
They do not care about the gays.
Yeah, they have a documentary where they show, like, the gays living in the gutter. Like, they have to live in a gutter.
Gutter dudes, I seen that shit, man.
You know what I'm
hiding
saying?
underneath the gutter.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's really real.
Honestly,
it's real.
It goes back to history and the slave.
Master used to rape the men
and
the women to take.
You got it.
Sorry.
That's it. She got it. Like, Coco. You got the tea and the history.
Sorry.
Let them know, sis.
Coco said, "No, hold on, wait." And it was back when the slaves were on the porches, and but. It's crazy though, man. But yo, big shout out to Buju, man. Free that man.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't stand it. I'm so sorry.
But you know what I just didn't like? I just didn't like all the motherfuckers that never listened to Buju. I wasn't even alive when Buju was alive. That was just like, oh my God, free Buju. Oh my God.
It's like, you don't even
the
know.
boss man is home. These niggas couldn't tell you, name 5 Buju tracks. They couldn't tell you his album. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's just crazy.
But what I have seen on Instagram though, like, he's getting a lot of love.
Yes.
And me and hubby was talking about it. Like, if he drop a hit right now, I feel like he could be like super stardom.
Could be like the next Bob Marley.
Yeah, could be.
I honestly feel like if he dropped the right tune, because the whole country, all the islands is just waiting for him.
Because when he got off the airplane, you seen all the love that he was getting.
He's actually got he's got a performance coming up in Trinidad that they're trying to stop. I was reading it in the papers.
Why?
The LGBT community are trying to stop the performance in Trinidad because they say that he is a promoter of violent music. He promotes killing of gays. That song Boom Bye Bye promoted killing gay people, and the song was made 15 years ago, probably longer than that. I want to say 15, maybe 18 years ago. Yeah. And people change. This man's did a whole bit.
Or maybe they don't. You know what I mean? Maybe they don't. Yeah. I think it's a very fine line when you try to like shift somebody's viewpoint. Yeah. Like, if they don't mess with you, like, they don't. You know what I'm saying? We can't tell white people who are racist not to ever be like that again. They will. Like, exactly. and it is what it is. Like, if we're gonna evolve, like, let us evolve and let him do his thing. But
and maybe just not make that kind of music. But I mean, he should be able to have his stance,
or at least like let that be what it was. Yeah, like, you can't erase that. That is such a major song. People in culture
still play that song today.
Like,
let your boy Chrissy made a video the other day, right?
That is a big tune.
Dancing to the same song, right?
That is a big tune. So also, you guys. Moving along, there's a quick announcement. If you live in Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Attorney Office is allowing individuals to erase your low level of marijuana convictions. The locations, if you're in Brooklyn, I do have it on at Tea with Coco, all the platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So you can check out the location so you could go get that cleared up, because they're definitely trying to erase that. Also, as you guys know, RIP to our 41st president, George H.W. Bush. On November 30th, he had died. Ooh.
He had died?
I didn't even know what to say after I heard the...
I feel like they went really in.
Can we
skip? Why did you stop? Can I hit stop my mail?
Can we hit a skip button on this? Because we don't give a fuck about George Bush, honestly.
But
I don't give a fuck, and I'm pretty sure none of you would have them motherfuckers did for us. We don't give a fuck about George Bush. Condolences to the family.
Yeah.
Moving along,
Fuck George
there's a
Bush.
story that I did see about that I thought was a little crazy in Baltimore, where this lady was driving her car and she pulled over her car to give a young lady money and was stabbed to death.
Ooh,
her name was Jacqueline
crazy.
Smith. It happened
Was that
right
a
around
setup?
Thanksgiving. Huh?
Was it a setup?
Well, from what they saying, she was driving. She went to help a young mother. She handed the girl the money in the car, and then someone came from around. So I guess it was a setup.
Oh,
And the guy tried to grab the lady's wallet, and she didn't give the wallet. So it was a little tug, and then he stabbed her.
Oh my
Her family
God.
was in the car as well.
Oh,
Oh,
my
this is
God.
ridiculous.
That
So,
is
I just think that's crazy that
it's crazy not to work.
that's what our society has come down to, where you're willing to kill
Right.
for $1. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? She gave
That's
you money.
crazy.
You know what I mean?
I just feel like let go of the wallet.
condolences to the
Just
family.
let the wallet
Let the
go.
wallet
Yeah.
go. It's not worth
Right.
your life, definitely.
Right. Right. What else is going on in Tea with Coco?
Talking about the LGBT community, as y'all all know, Kevin Hart was
That
just
shit pissed me
recently set to host the Oscars, but all in the same week. He was set to host the Oscars and then took it back and said he stepped down due to the controversy that was surrounded from his homophobic tweets that took place like in a period from 2009 to 2011.
Was it the tweets or was it from the show?
No,
No,
it
it
was
was
actually from the
tweets.
tweets. It was tweets that he tweeted about, but again, it happened back in 2009.
What was he saying in the tweets? Was he talking about his son?
Yes,
yeah,
was
that
his
was
preference
one-
of him if it was up to him, he would not want his son to be gay.
I don't see anything
What's
wrong with that.
I wouldn't want my fucking son to be gay either. Fuck that. I don't see what's wrong with that. I don't get it. That's his choice. He's made those kids with his
Like
wife.
I would love for
his
someone
preference.
to meet someone that says, "Yeah, I can't.
You're
Like
not-
I can't wait to see if my son is gay. Like I would be so excited. Like I don't
What?
think that's
A
something that
man.
yeah.
any
A
man
masculine
would want.
man.
Any
If it
man
happens,
wants.
then
I mean,
then
you know
it's-
you
that's
can
different.
accept it. But
Right.
to wish
Right.
that your son is gay, I don't
Right.
think anybody
No,
does that.
anybody
It's a
don't.
hard life.
No.
And I don't think, well, some of the tweets where he said some things like, he made a little joke like, oh, why you keep looking, to Dwight Howard, you fag, you know what I'm saying? I get those little tweets that if you felt some type of way, but again, when it comes to someone else's child, because they try to compare it to that situation, to the young lady from City Girl, Miami, because she recently had tweets where she stated that she wouldn't want her son to be gay neither.
Who
You know what I'm saying?
would?
Yeah.
How are y'all mad because people are not okay with your lifestyle? But I guess it comes from a background history of not being accepted by society.
That's
You're
exact-
forcing everyone to accept you.
What I don't like
You know
about
what I'm saying?
what I
That's
don't
how
like
I
about
feel
the
like-
gays is the gays like to pick and choose. Like gay people like to out other gay people for being undercover, but then they don't like to be called names.
Right.
So
right, right,
it's,
right.
it's like a double standard. They could call each other names. They could out each other for secretly being gay. They could do all this shit to each
Right,
other.
right.
But somebody else does. They make it a big issue.
But it sounds
Do you
similar
know
to the nigga word. No?
That's what I was just
Yeah, it's-
about to say.
Well,
I'm just
go
going
ahead.
under
What were
the
you about to
table.
say?
I was just about to say that, an argument can be made, just playing devil's advocate. Like an argument can be made that people say that black people are the same way. Like we can call each other the N-word, but you can't.
Oh,
so in that
See,
respect,
but that comes from black people getting lynched by a group of white people saying "hang the nigger." You don't have that with the gay people getting lynched and they saying
It's not
"bash the
as-
faggot." You know
not
what I'm saying?
as severe. It didn't last over 300
Gay
years.
people were
I
not
don't
being
like to-
lynched though.
But
So
yes,
it's
they
a
were.
no. They were
No,
not.
no.
No, they
Not
were
lynched.
not lynched. Gay people were not lynched.
Yeah.
But it was
I
It
don't
was
think
not
you
as
can-
hard.
you
for-
can't
for
compare
gay-
the two
You
struggles.
cannot.
Right.
Don't
You
compare
can't.
that.
Like
those
there's
two.
nothing that compares to
And-
American slavery.
And don't get me wrong, the gays, the LGBT community go through a lot, and they do have it hard. So coming out for them is hard. You know what I'm saying? I don't knock
Right,
anybody.
right.
That's their preference. You know what I'm saying? But would I want my 3 sons to be gay? No. I would like them to.
And I
I
want
mean,
grandkids.
it's their own choice. I would love to have grandkids. I would love to watch them grow up and have their own kids.
Right.
Now, when they grow up, whatever decision they make, that's on them. I can't choose their lifestyle for them. But what my preference, what I want to see them, I would
Right.
want to see them get married to a female and have a family
I
and
agree.
live their life like that.
I do agree.
And I don't think that's nothing wrong for me to say that as a father. That's
No.
just my opinion and my
No.
preference. Not saying anything's wrong with gay people, not knocking gays, not knocking our community. That's just my preference, my kids, my opinion. I don't think Kevin Hart should be held to anything.
And stop making, please don't take this away, but stop making us feel like we like you're forcing us to accept
Yeah.
certain behaviors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what it feels like.
Because it feels like because a parent doesn't like a gay situation, oh, you're not for the, you're against the, no, stop forcing people to accept your lifestyle. We do not have to accept it, but we have to respect you as a person.
Exactly.
But don't think you're gonna force your views on me.
Right.
You can't do that.
Absolutely.
I feel like the last 10 years in TV has just been forced. I feel like
you are.
It's like
it is.
they hold your mouth open and just force a spoon down your throat. Like you have no choice on whether, like your kids don't have an option whether they want to see gay stuff on TV. It's just on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you're not a visual parent, if you're not watching what your kids are watching, they can see all types of shit. Like, I don't know if when y'all were young, I used to sneak around and watch like porn and shit like that. Like when the first time I seen it, I'm like, oh, what the hell's a naked woman on TV? If you turn it, you get to the 300s, brothers.
Right.
I mean, my brothers, we get to the 300s. You know what I'm saying? So kids, like, if you don't, like, it's just crazy, man, how it's just being forced on society and everything. I think, like Coco said, it's more like, you said it right.
A few people came to his defense, Nick Cannon and Redman. So we just wish Kevin Hart the best at this time. Also, as y'all know, the Grammy is under hot water regarding their announcement of the 2019 nominees. Cardi B has had 5 Grammy nominations, and the people are in uproar.
Why?
Because they feel like she don't deserve it.
What?
Because the Migos wasn't nominated at all.
So
but it feels like it's bought now.
No.
Everybody's starting to feel like the Grammys is bought. Because remember, Jay-Z never got... Remember, he was nominated, but they didn't give it to him.
But I don't think Jay's won Grammys before.
Absolutely.
Jay was drinking champagne out of Grammys.
It makes it goes back to the statement where will.i.am. Did you see what will.i.am posted? I posted on TV Coke where he said regarding about hip hop and how hip hop has changed. Remember back in the days, it was lyrically. You had to be lyrically
a different
dope.
Time now. Right now, it's like the
now
trending.
It's just like.
Somebody
can write for you and it's like whatever. It's no hard work that goes into it no more. Where people who's working hard, the same thing with the presidency. You know what I'm saying? Not to really compare that, but it's like Trump being president. Like, how is he qualified and get through? And then you got people that's not writing their music, and you got people who are, putting their hard work into their music.
All right, so see, like Trump, most presidents aren't really running. The you know what I'm saying? Most presidents are just the face of everything that's going on.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
Similar to the music game.
So like Cardi right now. Cardi is just the face that has like a machine behind her. Like everyone knows she doesn't write her music, but that doesn't take away from the fact that she works hard. Yeah. She's still going out to these shows. She's still doing these performances. She's still got to be here. She's still got to be here. It's nobody else doing that. It's her.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So 5 Grammy nominations, I don't know. Maybe 1 or 2. I don't see where 5.
Like, album of the year, record of the year, rap album of the year, rap
record of the year. That Spanish song, that I like it like that. I could see that being record for the year because that went across all. You had Chinese people, Indians, everybody singing that song. So I can understand that. Album of the year, I don't.
I just need people to stop complaining. Shout out to Solange. Because what it all boils down to, if we want to recognize the people behind the scenes that's allowing Cardi B to pump out these hits, like we need to start creating our own award systems for like true artists that are writers and thinkers and people that can express themselves and make anyone a star, basically.
Right.
So that's all it boils down to. Like I'm tired of hearing the complaints about the Grammys. Through the Grammys.
And like you said,
somebody needs to start.
Not needs to start. They have it.
Where?
They need to stop.
Said I'm happy with my BET award.
Look, that's what I was about to say. They got to start with hip hop has to do, and R&B has to. They have to take those awards more seriously. They have to make it something. I think that the black community, black actors, black singers, rappers, they look at the BET Awards and they're like, Imagine if they took that as serious as white people take the Grammys or the Country Music Awards. Could you imagine? It'll be different. It's all about the energy. And if we're not putting energy into our own shit, why would anybody else even take it seriously?
That's the truth,
right. But I think a lot of that came from BET not being
a black entertainment
before. Yeah. So it's like
even
with Essence magazine, it's like, oh, it's not black owned anymore. Like white people are running it. Like it almost feels like, what's the point?
It's like VH1 almost.
Like, what's the point? I think to cure this, like things have to be created again. Like it really has to be for
maybe
us,
like a
by
revolt, maybe a
us.
revolt awards.
Yeah.
With that's Diddy,
So
right? A
I'm
title
sorry.
awards.
I need to shift a little bit because we are late.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thanks, Marley. And we need to get to the topic
I'm sorry.
that we want to talk about.
Yes.
So I know some of you guys chimed in on social media. Thank you so much. But the topic that we're going to be talking about today is direct result. We were on the phone and we were talking about Brooklyn Hustle, the BET. Look at that segue.
Yeah.
The BET show, Brooklyn Hustle, and one of the things that came up was there's this guy on that show called Darnell. He's the one with the gold kind of like afro hair,
tall, skinny,
right? Who has he got engaged on the show, right? But he also allegedly manages the Instagram superstar. Her name is Danny Deuces, real name Danielle. And she has been kind of like the side chick.
Yes.
Doesn't really have much talent.
Right, but she is Instagram famous. So they have been messing with each other, way before the show. And situations have come up where he needed to choose whether or not he was going to stick with his wife, who does not want him to be associated with Danny at all, or
because of their history.
He was throwing it down. Or rock out with Danny because she has the potential to be somebody successful and he could possibly make money with her, which would in turn help his family out. So we posted a question on Instagram for you guys. And the question was, what is taking priority in your life right now? Is it love with that special someone, your wife, your husband? Excuse me. Or are you chasing your dream and everything else comes to the back burner? Like, what is it?
Yeah, what is it?
Is it money over hoes or money over family, or is it family over everything? What do you guys think?
Well, you guys know not too long ago I was in a situation similar to that where I had to make a choice. You know what I mean? I was dating someone and they wanted to take it to the next level, get married and have children. And for me, on the other hand, I already have children and I have a different dream. And I was not ready to put that dream on hold to be his wife and give him children. I just couldn't do it at this time. And maybe it was because I've already had put my dreams on hold for prior men in the past, but which he didn't deserve the same thing because he is nothing like them. However, I just could not make that sacrifice for him.
So your success over love?
That's what I chose. Because I had that opportunity. I think about it, like I had the opportunity.
And it was no.
I couldn't do it.
What's the poll say, Marley? I know that you posted it.
Everybody said career. Like it was. I had literally over on 3 different posts. I had about, I want to say like 75 to 80 responses back. Everybody looked at the picture, but clearly they don't read directions. So only 80 people responded. But I want to say out of those 80, there was 77 people said they would choose career. Only 3 people said they would choose love. And I think one of the dudes was just trolling. I don't even think he was seriously, because I'm like, yo, explain why.
Right.
And he couldn't really explain it. But what shocked me is a majority of the feedback that I got was from females, and females said that they would pick their career. A lot of females said that that right now, and a lot of the females are around our age. It's like, these are adults with responsibilities. A lot of them said that their priority right now in life at this point in age is their kid and their career.
I would agree.
And then
go ahead.
And then love falls wherever it falls after that. They said some of them said it's not even a thought to them because their kids and their thing is just their focus right now.
Right.
Because it sounds like they already made the sacrifice already. You know
right.
But for the wrong reasons.
It all boils down to the history, right?
Yeah.
Like when you did choose love first, you got bent over. And banged, right? Hard.
Literally.
No lube.
That's a fact, sis.
Just effed over.
You got jail fucked.
Right. But what I will say, because you guys know, like when I wrote my book, I was going so hard. I was like really going hard, and during that time, I was single, and I think a heartbreak is what put that motivation in me to go so hard. Because
with career,
and with just getting something for myself, for me. Because, as women, and I feel like I say this every single show, but I think that when you get into a relationship with a woman, no matter what, you are going to end up putting so much more into the relationship because that's just how we're built. Like, it's not even a complaint.
Yeah.
Like, I want to put all the love that I have into my family, right? So when that does not work out, you almost feel, and this is a mental thing, you got to do the work, of course, to get over this mentality, but you feel like something was taken from you. Like you look back and you feel like, oh, I've lost so much time. Like during this time, I could have, I would have, I should have, but I was worrying about him. So when that happens, it does something to your mind where you just click over and you be like, nah, like I got to get it, especially if you have a child. Especially if you have a child. But one thing that I did notice, because, I had my little flow where I was standing on panels, like people were really rocking with the book. But what happens is that, excuse me, with that type of attention, you get almost like a fake love. Like you're not sure if people really messing with you because of you or because they see that you could possibly be something in the future. You get what I'm saying? Like, let me rock with her and just like, let me fuck with her just in case.
Just to see what happens.
Just in case.
So I can say I was here.
Right. Through the struggle.
Exactly.
Through the struggle. But what I did notice is that during that time, it almost felt like all the success wasn't even worth it. Because, like, you're like, oh, like, who's surrounded? Like, it's my man ain't even like
to share it with. Right?
Yeah. So I feel like love over success because you need someone to share that with, and for me personally, I feel like I want you to be in the trenches with me. Like I want to come up with you.
Yeah.
Instead of meeting you when we get there. Like that's my preference. And not everybody feels like that. And I'm not knocking anybody because a lot of times, like you be grinding and grinding. And this is something that people always used to tell me. They were like, yo, just keep going, because your man is in the future. Like you're gonna meet him on a different level. You know what I'm saying? Because you're that person. Right. But for me, it was just like, I want to be able to like bounce ideas off my man. Like I want the glow up to be like a group effort. You know, so it was just dope that God sent me exactly what I asked for. Right.
I think the conversation is better when you both are building towards something, as opposed to you coming in and you got this shit already built and you really don't have the backstory, like how you got there. You just meet somebody on that level. And you don't really know what they did to attain it. But when you struggling with somebody and you could see what they did and they see what you did, you just have more respect for that person. And I think it just builds a stronger relationship.
But there is a difference from the guy's point of view and the female's point of view, because I can say personally, like since I've been with my husband, like my grind to like be this super successful person like has kind of slowed down, only because now I have to split my focus. You know, like there's no more it's just all about you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there's only so many hours in a day. So it's like you have to make that decision.
I know exactly.
Like you have to make that choice. And I don't think men have to make that choice so much.
I do right now.
Nah, I feel like men, like when you get with a woman and you on your grind, like it can only go up for you. Like I don't know. I feel like women.
No,
why
because
not?
For me, when I got with Drea, I was trying to figure out this electrical thing. And with my career, I was trying to figure out if I was gonna take it serious, if I was gonna continue to do this shit, do I want to just quit this shit and do what I really want to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I finally got to the point where I said, you know what? Let me just focus. Let me put 5 years of complete focus into this career and see what happens. I got to the point where I wanted to get, and now she stuck around that whole time. Like she was there when I was confused, when I didn't know what I wanted to do, and she stuck out, and now she made sacrifices to stick around, right? And so now in turn she made the decision to go back to school.
Okay, shout out to Trey.
She has to make a whole bunch of sacrifices, and now that, like, shit that I do towards my career had to completely change because my schedule changed because she went back to school. Like, it just, the sacrifices that she had to make that I didn't really pay attention to is the same sacrifices now that I have to make that I didn't really realize that she was making because I was just so focused on career and focused on me that I wasn't realizing, like, damn, she's doing all this shit as a mother. Like, I gotta pick my son up after school. I gotta feed him. I gotta bathe him. Like, she does so much that I just don't, like, you know what I'm saying? As a man, you just like, but she just like, you just, as a man, you just think it just happens.
Magically.
Yeah.
Like, nobody cooks dinner. It just appears.
Right.
Nigga,
you gotta give him a bath. You ain't gotta
she
do
hasn't
no
made me a
homework.
dinner since she started school. And I used to come home from work. I go in the room, yo, your food in the microwave. I'm like, oh, shit, look at this. It's great. Now I come home, I'm touching the microwave. Now, mind you, nobody even in my house. I'm touching the microwave. There's nothing in there. I'm like, oh my God. It's bad. I gotta cook She calling me now, babe. You cook anything? I'm like, cook? Motherfucker, I put the baby to sleep.
Right.
This nigga just went to sleep. How am I gonna cook now? I literally just got 5 minutes to myself. Now I'm supposed to cook. So
that's our life. On a
the
daily
sacrifices
basis.
she made,
Payback.
the sacrifices she made, I understand, and it just gives me more of a respect for women. And my outlook on it is, my thing is, I do 50% career and 50% love, because I think, for me, it just gives me a balance. I can't focus right now. My career, I can't give that more than 50% because I don't own that company. They could fire me at any time. I'm very expendable. I'm not the immediate family of them. Nothing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that can't be. I can't give that 100%. If it was my business, then it would be, the percentages would be a little different. But my partner would have a percentage in that business as well. So it would bring her, like, you know, it wouldn't really lose. So my thing is 50-50 right now, because like Lisa said, you got to have somebody to
celebrate the wins.
Celebrate the wins.
Yeah,
with.
but again, it goes back to what Lisa said. But however, she found that right person.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
You have to find the right person.
You can't do that with anybody.
Oh, no.
You see what I'm saying? It has to be the person that's gonna ride with you, because again, not everybody is down for your dreams.
But I think. Well, for me, and I don't know if I can speak for Lisa too, but I just think I got to the point where I was tired of playing the games. I was tired of going through the same kind of situations. And it just got to, for me, I'm a man. So it just got to the point for me where I'm just like, all right, everything that I never used to do in a relationship, I'm going to do, because
I always say
everything
that.
else didn't work.
Yeah.
And
like,
literally, I just woke up one day and was just like, yo.
Like, what if I really gave this 100%?
Well, how would it go?
Like, what if I didn't walk away the first argument we had?
Right.
And
you know,
I agree.
It for me is I don't have no complaints. I mean, you argue with your spouse, but no relationship is 100% perfect. Me and Dre have been together for years, and literally we just started arguing when she started going back to school, and I think it's just because of
the adjustment.
It's a big adjustment.
It's the adjustment.
And that's
but
all
Coco. So I know that the guy wanted you to have a baby. Like, are you not having babies for anybody anymore? Like, what's going on? Is it a wrap?
I'm scared, Lisa.
It's okay to be
scared.
Being.
I'm scared. I don't want to be placed in a situation where I am by myself again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I said that. Like, I'm not being nobody else's baby mother.
I can't.
Right.
I can't. So if you're not trying to join this table and bring in more love and energy and positivity and ready to take on, because I have a luggage, suitcase, a book bag, I have a purse, I have a fanny pack on.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, so it's a lot. And I know, like, I sit back and look at my life, that can be a lot for somebody.
Yeah. Right.
So I can't just expect anybody to take that on. That has to be a strong man to take on a woman with 2 kids.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And have to, like, step in. And
what's going to be the factor that tells you that this person is serious? Is it a let's get married type thing?
Not even a get married thing. I need to know he's there for me mentally.
How would you know that? Like, that's the thing.
That's the thing. I wouldn't know until it happens.
Right.
Because I've never had it before.
That's never had it. But one thing I will say.
I won't say I never had it. I've had it, but I had a person try to
genuinely mentally support you. Have you had that?
Right.
Like,
I haven't had genuine support. I've had a person support, but then it was fake support. Because
beneficial.
At the same time, it was like you would throw shots. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like all you do is be on your blog. You know, all you do is you're talking about the rape podcast. So are you really there for me?
You can't support and still shoot.
Support and shoot.
Yeah.
No, I think you can support and shoot. Sometimes the shots is it's a direct reflection of them feeling neglected. You know what I mean?
Good point.
You know, it's like this is more important than me. You know,
I ain't gonna front. I be doing that to Dre sometimes. Like, you always in fucking school. We don't even get to do that no more. But I'm like, nigga, I sound like, nigga, you sound stupid, nigga.
Right.
She's in school trying to better herself, and I'm sitting here talking about we don't spend time together, but we live together.
Right. And that's a communication thing.
Right.
Like, and I think that in a relationship,
I gotta shut up.
I think in a relationship, like, you have to have that that check-in where you could say, you know what, I'm being a complete bitch.
Yeah, you
like,
gotta rationalize.
What's really making me say this? It's not that I don't want that person to be successful. It's not that I don't want them to take, you know, their business seriously. It's just that you gotta be like, oh shit, I just miss him, and I want him to like sweat me the way that he's sweating his studio.
She used to.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could have been that. Yeah, okay, it could have been that, but you know, and that's what I'm open to see what happens. But I can't guarantee. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
What I tell my homegirls, right? The ones that ain't like, cause I got homegirls that's completely content with playing games right now. They don't give a fuck if the nigga got a girl at home. They don't care. They just, I'm living my best life and I'm getting me some dick with no worries.
That's all hurt.
All hurt,
right?
And
the conversations we have I always say that shit. Like, yo, you got something going on with you. That's not. It's deeper than what you just trying to have fun.
All that independent talk. No.
Wait, what is it?
Give it up for some husband and some kid. Yo, I tried to rap on the gram the other day.
It's the worst when it comes to bars,
please,
rappers, rap.
I don't even know what she just tried to do.
No, all that independent shit. Give it up for some husband and some kids.
What song is
Who's that?
Gold digger or some shit. Anyways,
I'm gonna look that up.
The point
We're gonna go fact check
the
it.
point
Yeah,
is,
what's the point?
the moral of the story.
Give us the moral. Sis.
The moral of the story is that
that
whether you choosing your career or love, like, make sure that you understand why you're making them choices.
Yes.
You know, never make choices off of the past hurt.
No.
You know, go for what you
Say
want.
that again.
Never make life choices off of past hurt.
That's true.
So, really digging deep to realize that, am I choosing my career because I'm scared to love somebody, like, for real? And just check in. You know, that self-work is so important.
And let me say this, when y'all ladies, because I remember it again, it's the week. Y'all ladies, when y'all are choosing these men, stop getting so attached to the feeling of feeling good in that moment. Start listening to what these niggas is saying. Right? Stop, because being in that moment and feeling good, oh, this nigga's, he's doing this, he's doing that. A lot of niggas the first month is gonna put on an act. I'm completely honest. Niggas gonna hate.
Facts.
But it's an act. You have to pay attention and listen to the shit that he ain't telling you.
Right.
That's how you're gonna find out.
Bro, he be telling you. You be avoiding it.
That's what I'm saying.
He's telling you.
It's being shown to you in your face. Start paying attention to the signs that he, you know what I'm saying? Look, most people will do something, will be their normal self when they think you're not paying attention. Am I not saying that the right way? I'm not saying that the right way.
No.
When they think you're not paying attention to them,
right,
they will do shit and be their true selves. So sometimes you gotta act like you're not that interested, like you're not paying attention, and you have to listen. Y'all females, I tell females all the time, start listening to men, because men tell you all the time what's going on.
Right.
It's just sometimes females are so caught up with the good feeling, the new guy, the new this, the new experience, the new we going here, we going there, this man's treating me, that y'all get blinded. And it be the same motherfucker the same nigga that you just got rid of, just with a different outfit on. And the feeling, you'll never, you know what I'm saying? So,
long and short,
and stop.
Choose wisely.
Please, and top of choose wisely, on top of Marley said, stop walking into situations blind. Okay? Like, ask questions, know what it is, and stop trying to make things not what it is when you know what it is.
Yes.
Stop forcing relationships onto people when you knew you walked in. They said they didn't want a relationship.
Facts.
You cannot change their mind in the relation. Halfway in, he told you what he wanted from the beginning. So stop doing that and then playing victim because now you hurt because you don't invested so much time in somebody that don't want you.
That
You
told
knew that
you
from the beginning,
from the jump.
So again, stop making long-term decisions for temporary moments.
Ooh.
Love it. Love it. And on that note, that was a tweetable. On that note, that was our show.
Ooh,
Do we have any shout outs before we wrap it up?
I don't have any shout outs. Shout out to I actually do have a shout out. Shout out to the new no, I would do it next week.
Okay.
Didn't come out good. I tried. It's not ready. That's what happened. I was about to shout out the clothing brand. It's not ready. So it didn't happen.
Okay.
It didn't happen.
All right. Well, I want to shout out on my other podcast show, the Get You Some podcast with Thea D, Nevi, and of course your girl Lisa
I see
K.
them girls working.
We are on the same platform, We Say What They Can, and shout out to all the other shows on We Say What They Can.
Right.
We working.
Definitely.
And that's it.
Tea with
This
Coco?
has been
Shout out to my teacups. I appreciate y'all.
Shout out to all the teacups.
Yes, I really do appreciate y'all. That's who I want to shout out.
all
That's it.
2 million.
That's
of
what I
y'all.
want to shout out. The hand. She said that's all I want to shout out. Teacups.
And that has been our show. It's
Yes.
Two Girls and a Guy with Marley D,
Say what you
Coco,
mean what you say.
and Lisa K. We will see you next time. Next time is our Christmas show.
Facts. Ugly Christmas sweaters?
Yes, maybe.
I don't know.
Possibly.
I got to pay fees. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford one of those.
Yeah.
You know?
Pay your
I
fees.
might have to make my own sweater.
Pay your
You kinda
fees.
late.
We love you
We love
guys.
you guys.
Until next time.
Say what you mean what you say.